there is nothing better than having a house on the beach in Mexico. You know, the kind of place where you can have a few friends over, do a little simple cooking, grilled fish, maybe some fresh-made guacamole.
Unfortunately, we don't have a house on the beach in Chicago or in Mexico.
I know, but you and I both know exactly what it's like to be a guest in a place like that. You know, the kind of place where you could just step right outside the front door and be in some kind of tropical paradise. Sand warming your toes, fishermen selling their catch right off the boat, right in the middle of everything. Hey, you remember that pushcart vendor that was selling that grilled shrimp, all succulent and smoky?
Okay, now you're just making me hungry.
Or even better, you could go out and catch the fish yourself.
I don't think so.
And then fillet it and rub it with achiote and lime, and then you make a little driftwood fire right there in the sand. And while you're breathing in that cool sea breeze and feeling that warm sun on your back, you grill yourself the perfect little taste of seafood nirvana. Now that's what I'm going for tonight. I mean, who needs a house on the beach in Mexico when we could do a backyard beachside barbecue right here in the middle of the city? I mean, I was thinking that we could do a few grilled mussels, some grilled fish. You know, we could do it all right outside.
I like it. You have my total support. Can I invite a friend?
Absolutely.
Ooh, I see that you have borrowed my wave machine.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Not so much.
Okay, so if you really want to capture that barefoot on the beach kind of feeling, well, my recommendation is that you work the flavor of the grill into everything that you serve. I mean, it's going to add that wonderfully delicious, rustic, almost primal kind of flavor. And it's super easy. So my plan is to do all the prep work ahead of time in the kitchen and then bring everything out to the grill and finish it all off at the last moment. I've got some mussels on the grill planned, an adobo marinated fish. I'm even going to use the grill to do the dessert, but I got a lot of prep work to do. Oh, Lainey, is that you? Can you give me a hand? Okay, Lainey, I'm gonna make the red chili adobo marinade, and you could make the onions and the potato mixture.
Make as in?
Well, all you really have to do is just cut those potatoes in half and slice one of those onions, and then I'm gonna mix some of the adobo in, and we're gonna make a kind of hobo-pack out of it with foil.
Like a hobo-adobo? Hobo.
Very funny. Okay, here, take this knife and get to work there. Okay, so for the first thing I'll do for this adobo is to heat some oil in a skillet, because I'm gonna oil toast some dried ancho chilies. And that's what these guys are right here. So the way you clean them is to pull out the stems, come out like that, tear open the chili, and then let all those seeds fall out of it. You can pull the little veins out if you want to. Then one at a time, oil toast those chilies for a few seconds on each side. You'll notice that they blister and they'll change color slightly. Then put them all into a bowl and measure in 1 2/3 cups of hot tap water. I like to weight them with a plate to keep them submerged and let them rehydrate for about 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna take these soaked chilies and put them into a blender jar, soaking liquid and all. And to the blender, add 3 cloves of peeled garlic, a couple of teaspoons of salt, about 1/3 cup of cider vinegar, a little pinch of cloves, some cinnamon, black pepper, and a couple of tablespoons of brown sugar. Then I'm gonna blend it all up until it's completely smooth, and then pour it through a kind of medium mesh strainer to get out any little stray seeds or bits of skin.
All done.
Me too. I got the adobo ready to go on those things. So I'm gonna pour about a cupful on there. That would be about the right amount, I think. And then some olive oil to keep it nice and moist in the cooking. I'm gonna sprinkle on some salt. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna ask you to dive in. Just go in with your hands and mix the whole thing together while I cut some foil here.
I can't believe you're making me do this.
Ah, come on, I thought you'd like that. Are they getting mixed?
Ooh, it looks quite good though.
Okay, got my 2 pieces of foil here. So how about if I hold the bowl and you just kind of, I love that. Watch, don't go all the way out there. Oh no, now it's looking really good, huh? Yeah, good. Now, you can wash your hands. And I'm gonna fold this over. Now I had a couple of layers there of that heavy duty foil. And then just crimp it down on the edges so it's really tightly sealed. And that's ready to go right on the grill there. Now we've got some fish here. And they are absolutely some of the most beautiful striped bass I have ever seen in my life. And in typical Mexican fashion, I'm gonna cut a slit, actually 3 slits in each side, just like that. And all the way down to the backbone. This will help the heat to penetrate evenly and all of the adobo marinade to go into the flesh. So Lainey, why don't you help me marinate the fish now? Here's a brush. And I'm gonna pour some of the adobo on the fish. You just follow along and kind of daub it on there. Get it down in the slits as well. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now why don't you toss that brush into the sink. I'm gonna stick these into the refrigerator, and we've gotta get out there and finish that cabana.
What cabana?
What would you call it?
Fabric?
Oh, come on. Now, achieving this whole serene beach party feel is definitely gonna be a combination of the food and the mood, but we've got the food covered. But the mood, well, I can tell you one thing, we're not gonna be trucking in a whole bunch of sand or planting dune grasses all over the place. No, I was thinking about this place that we stayed once in Puerto Vallarta, and everything was white. They had white table linens, white canvas hanging everywhere, white flowers, white candles. And I thought, you know what, we can do that. Why, you can go to practically any fabric store and buy a whole bolt of white muslin really inexpensively. And I thought, you know, we could just hang that all around. I thought about these old white curtains that we had. We could put those up. We've got these white candles we brought back from Playa del Carmen, and they have sand encrusted in the base of them. And you know, I'm a big gardener, and I love white orchids. So we had those, and I thought, you know, that combination of the candlelight and all this billowing white, we could create an absolutely magical mood.
You know what? This wave machine is really growing on me.
I thought you'd think so. Okay, for dessert, I planned some cornmeal pound cake, a little ice cream, some fruit. And I told you that everything was going to be coming off the grill, and I'm sticking to that. I'm going to bake the cornmeal pound cake in here and then finish it on the grill. Okay, one of my very favorite versions of pound cake starts off by combining 4 eggs into a little bit of buttermilk, 1/3 of a cup. To be exact, 4 eggs and 1 egg yolk. Then to that, I'm going to add a little freshly grated orange zest, the colored rind of the orange, the aromatic part of it. And then a little tiny bit of Mexican vanilla is going to go in to give it some beautiful aroma. Blend all of that together until the egg yolks are broken and the mixture is sort of homogeneous. Now into the bowl of the electric mixer, I'm going to combine a cup and 2 tablespoons of flour. There's 1 tablespoon and 2. And exactly the same amount on the sugar. 2 tablespoons plus 1 cup. The cornmeal goes in next, and 3/4 of a cup of that. I'm going to add to it 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Now I'm going to mix the dry ingredients in the mixer until they're thoroughly combined. Into that, I'm going to add the wet ingredients. Then when that mixture is homogeneous, I'm going to add 1 3/4 stick of soft butter, 1 piece at a time, and beat it for a full 3 minutes until it's light and fluffy. Okay, I'm going to scrape that into a pan here that has been buttered and floured, but I also put a piece of parchment paper in the bottom of it. Buttered and floured parchment. Now I want to smooth the top of this just a little bit, like that, so it's evenly distributed. And then I'm going to put it into the oven, heated to 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. Well, that's all done.
So is the cabana.
Okay, well, why don't you help me to chop up some fruit? You got a knife over there that we could use with the dessert.
So what about the whole music thing? I mean, other than the wave machine, of course.
Well, I was really thinking about that a little bit, and I had this idea. What about Chumbanchero from Ruben Gonzalez? You know that guy? Well, let me put it on here for you. Okay, it's right there. Okay, it's the guy from Buena Vista Social Club, and just listen to that sort of groovy. That'd be a great place to start out. And you know, it sort of sounds like a train getting out of the station, and then it just kind of picks up speed. And then I thought maybe for the dessert or for the entrees, we could go to something like that. Now that's Tito Puente from the mid-50s. Cha-cha-cha. Kind of picks up the rhythms a little bit more, but totally groovy, totally fun.
Well, and then for dessert, I had
Okay, go ahead. What do you think of
this one?
Guacamole.
Don't tell me you're gonna grill guacamole.
Well, it's not exactly grilled guacamole. It's grilled jalapeno and red onion and garlic to go into the guacamole.
I can deal with that.
Okay, so break that head apart there and just put the unpeeled garlic cloves there. I'm going to cut this onion into slices and we'll grill it all up. You really only need about half that head for this. Okay, I'm going to scoop these guys directly onto that. Take the top off of that. Now, if you don't mind, go over to the grill with this.
Okay.
And just turn them around until everything's kind of roasty and soft. And I'm going to cut up this orange into segments. Those look perfect.
They do.
Okay, well, I chop up those onions and jalapeno. Would you peel that garlic?
Yeah, totally.
And mash it in the molcajete until you get a completely smooth paste out of it. Give this a nice rock and chop.
Yes, my favorite, the rock and chop.
I'm gonna start cutting up the avocado here to scoop into the grilled onion. And I'm going to get the avocado in there. And then I'm going to let you mash it all together
Ooh, my favorite
while I
part.
chop up the cilantro for it. Okay, here's the masher. But there you go.
Ooh, very cool.
Go at it. You know how good avocado and bacon is? Because you get all that smoky flavor in there?
Yeah.
Well, you get also a really good smoky flavor out of that one as
Great.
well. I'll pull out a little bit of this, the cilantro, and chop that up. How's it look?
Looks great.
Good. Handful of cilantro in there. Gonna give it a little bit of salt. Okay, that should do it. Now, just stir those in.
Okay, you don't want to
Like
mash?
that. No, I don't want them mashed in there. In fact, I'll trade you. And you can
Okay.
stir with this. How about that? Boy, that's looking
It
rustic
looks
and
great.
good. Those oranges are going to be delicious in that. Do you think?
Yeah.
I like the combination of
Yeah,
citrus
I
and
never
avocado.
thought of it.
Okay, sprinkle those on.
What are those?
It's sliced toasted almonds. Come on, go on.
Okay.
Be generous. Beautiful, beautiful. That's it, right there. And dinner is just about ready.
Well, I think I'll go fire up that wave machine.
Okay, let's go. Hey, Lainey, could you get the mussels right out of the refrigerator there? We'll put them on the grill.
Ooh, what's all that smoke from?
That's the little packet of some hickory chips. I thought it'd just give it a little flavor. Dump them right on there.
Ooh!
That's a nice little amount of sizzle and steam. Okay, so I'm just going to let you move them around here, and when they pop open, throw them on the tray over there, and I'll finish them up for you.
Okay, sounds good.
There you go. Little tomatillo salsa. You follow me with the piece of cilantro leaf
Okay.
on top of each one. Look good, huh?
They look amazing. It was really cool how fast they popped open.
I love grilling mussels.
Hey, do you guys want some mussels? When do you want her to start?
Okay, Lainey, can you get the grill open? Because it's
Yeah.
time to slide this packet of potatoes and onions on. I'm going to put it on the hot side of the fire, and they're going to steam in there. A couple of holes will let some of that steam out. Man, you can hear them already
Yeah.
sizzling in there. You know, it'll take
Crazy.
about 10 minutes or so, but we'll go in and flip it
Okay.
once during the cooking. Okay. Hear that sizzle.
You can almost smell it.
Uh-huh.
Can you open
Okay,
some?
I'm just going to slide that on there. Yeah, thanks a lot. And then we'll just flip it over. Just like that. Just roll them over in there. And then I'm going to slide that back over there. And I'm going to turn the other side of the grill off over here so we have a kind of cool place and we can slide these over before we grill the fish. A few more minutes and those will be done. Yeah, it's really different when you get all the smoke flavor.
Come on, good.
It did, don't you think so? I think it's really good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you get those little bursts. I love the toasted almond flavor. Okay, I think these are going to be ready now. So why don't you move it over? It smells pretty good, huh? I'm
Smells
going to get the
amazing.
fish ready out of the refrigerator.
Oh.
Okay. Now, little.
Do you need my help?
Okay, you get one end of it and I'll get the other one. There, that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. Okay, now I'm gonna make a little sling like
Okay.
this out of it. Got that non-stick foil. Okay, slide this one right on the back. Now you're gonna have to help me again.
Okay.
Okay, you grab that end and I'll grab this one. There you go. All right. Now we got about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna baste them with more of the marinade. This is the fun part. Okay, I'm gonna flip the fish. You know, we use this non-stick foil. Okay, so should be able just to move the fish. Just grab it by the head over there on that side, and we'll just move it in a little bit like that. There we go. Okay, now just roll it over. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. There's gonna be a fair amount of steam that's gonna come out of this thing. So. Look at that.
Woo!
Oh, now that's
that
a
looks
beauty.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you want to grab these limes and you can put those right on this side of the fish. Ah, beautiful. All right, let's go.
You're gonna love it. It
does, doesn't it? Slide that over there. Now let's go over to the grill. It'll add just a tiny little bit of smoky flavor, but mostly it'll just toast it and bring out that beautiful cornmeal flavor.
Oh, they smell delicious.
Some of these are just about right.
It looks beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
What kind of ice cream do we have?
Dulce de leche.
Oh, my favorite.
Now, why don't you spoon on a little bit of that salsa? Oh, that's beautiful. Very, very nice. Isn't that going to be gorgeous?